Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is happening, ladies and gents? Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day. Whether it is politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz, look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, look, is age really just a number? Well, guess what? We're going to find out because recently an article came out that I read where a gentleman at the age of 58 joins a college football team as a defensive lineman. No, not a kicker. No, not a long snapper. Defensive lineman. So I'm like 58. Now, the average college player is between what, 18 and 22, I'll say around that age bracket. So this grown man is competing against these young men. Interesting. In addition to that, you won't believe who will be receiving the Medal of Freedom. Any guesses? Well, we'll share about it later on in the show. In addition to that, staying in the world of sports, two iconic boxing figures go toe-to-toe for an exhibition bout. I'll share who they are later on in the program and so much more here on the program. As always, my friends, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in to the Arrington Gavin Show. I truly appreciate it. Continue to support. We want to keep that momentum going, keep changing the narrative, as I love to say a lot here on the show. Our goal here is to change the narrative because so many folks always judge a book by its cover before they freaking read the book. So here on this show, y'all, we change that whole stigma. And go ahead, let them judge as they have the right to do so, but I want to prove them wrong. And so we want to keep that kind of vibes going here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Hey, for those who are streaming us on YouTube, do me a favor, like, subscribe, share with a friend, share with family, share with strangers that you know are looking for that good conversation program. That's what the Arrington Gavin Show is all about. I have the opportunity to talk with folks in the world of entertainment, sports, politics from either side because, hey, you have the floor. As long as you don't promote, hey, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. But I'm friends with everybody. Whether if you're a liberal, whether if you're a conservative, whether if you're an independent, I talk with everybody here. Everybody's welcome. So please, again, subscribe to our YouTube channel. In addition to streaming us on YouTube, you can also stream us on Goatverse TV. Do me a favor, download the app, the Goatverse TV app, that is, on the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. Now, if you prefer to just listen to us via audio, there's multiple ways you can do so. You can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts. In addition to that, you can also listen to us on the radio airwaves. You probably listen to us right now in New Orleans by way of WBOK, 1230 a.m. What New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time, only on WBOK Media. Again, my friends, we're going to move it on to the Metro Atlanta area, to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, where you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So multiple ways you can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. No excuse to say, I didn't. Where are you at? Nope. I don't want to hear it. And if you are trying to want to keep up with us or just staying connected or want to get in contact with me, look, do me a favor. Visit our website, www.theagshow, A as in Apple, G as in George, or all things great as a fellow guest, New Orleans council member Oliver Thomas said, hey, AG, always great. So I truly appreciate that. But www.theagshow.com. We want to make sure we stay connected with you all, the listeners and the viewers out there, and just another easy way to stay connected with me. So want to keep that cycle going as well. Let's see here. You can, of course, follow us on social media on Instagram, Blue Sky, X, as well as Substack, all under the same name, The Arrington Gavin Show. And I believe that is our regular spiel for as far as introduction wise. But look, I want to give you a little history lesson here, a little fun fact before we head to a commercial break. So being that I brought up, is age just a number? I wanted to let you know, because I did some deep diving research here, and I asked the best source of all, ChatGPT, hello, where have you been? I asked, what is the oldest age to compete in college sports? Would you believe they said the NCAA does not set a maximum age limit for competing in college sports, so technically you can be as old as you want. What? All right. So that right there is just scratching my head. Are we going to start seeing a lot of older folks trying, seeing how much eligibility, if they have any eligibility left, or if they can compete in college sports? Why? Because maybe they are trying to prove that age is just a number, or the fact that folks are making so much NIL money in certain schools. By the way, it's a little harder in smaller schools, smaller D1, D2, hell, even D3 is very difficult. But maybe it's just using it as another way to make an honest living. I don't know. I do not know. But we will talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin Show. What we're going to do right now, my friends, is we're going to take a quick commercial break because we got to pay some bills. We're going to take a commercial break, but don't go anywhere. You are listening to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story. Crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs. And we're going to bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
Don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, that's that new Goldverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing GoatVerse TV.
GoatVerse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In Goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
Hello. Welcome back. All right, I'm gonna stop now. So I won't have to, make y'all suffer from hearing my wonderful voice. Welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show, y'all. I'm your boy Arrington Gavin here. First things up, I want to talk about. In the beginning, I mentioned about it. Is age really just a number? I asked that, y'all, because I came across this on my feed. A gentleman, what is this gentleman's name here? His name is Thomas, I believe that's Silo or Silo, Thomas Silo, Cillo, has made the Lycoming College football team and will suit up during this season. It is a D3 school in Williamsport that competes in the Landmark Conference. Now, Williamsport is located in Pennsylvania. The reason why I'm discussing this because Mr. Silo is at the young age of 58 years old. All right, 58 years old. He grew up playing sports and and athletics. He has completed half marathons and competed in powerlifting competitions. Now he is ready to try his hand in college football at the age where most people are starting to consider to retire. Yes, I go back to that age of 58 years old. A quote he shared, he said, "I thought I'm going to give it a shot and I'm going to write the script. I'm not going to let somebody talk me out of this or self-doubt pull me back." Silo never attended college, and after raising a family, he decided he wanted to play college football. Most people, after raising a family, they decide, I don't know, move out their large home, sell it, and build a tiny home, or go on a cruise nonstop. To Europe we go. Like, no, this man want to play college football. Now, I played Pop Warner level, junior varsity to varsity. My career ended in high school. All right. Now, do I miss playing competitive sports? Yes. Do I wish that I possibly could have lived the life of being a college athlete? Yes. Do I want to do that at this very moment? Hell to the no. Okay. I'm fine what I want to do. Yes, I want to stay active, which I'm doing that right now. I love exercising and all that good stuff, but football is different. Oh, football is very different. Football is where the boys become men. All right. Football tests you mentally, emotionally, physically. It hits every avenue. And one thing I can recall, the practices sucked because it was nonstop. You had to have the stamina to compete. You had to have the toughness to take a hit if it wasn't on your side, or if you were tough enough to lay a highlight reel. Hey, that's cool too. As I continue this, he says, I mean, it's a little bit crazy. You think, Thomas? You think? But there's instant credibility in his weight room habits, his discipline, all the little things that we struggle with maybe in the past. He is 6 feet, 227 pounds, defensive lineman. Again, we're talking D3. So most D3 schools have smaller rosters, might not have the average, size defensive lineman that you'll see in the big time, in the big D1 schools, or even, in the pros. Now, we really don't know how much he would play in the game, but he shares he has a role. How it continues to develop in terms of playing time will be based on off his performance, but he's a valuable member of our team. Let's see here. In the weight room, they say he's a beast. He can throw around some weight. He could deadlift. I've seen a video of him pulling a fire truck. Okay, so you're saying he's strong, but again, we talking about joints. We talking about injuries. We talking about he's liable to really, really get hurt. But again, I look at my notes here. Mr. Silo's not the oldest person to compete in college sports. So, man by the name of Alan Moore played as a kicker at Faulkner University at the age of 61. Ken Mick played college basketball at the age of 73 for Roane State Community College. Tom Thomas kicked for the University of the Incarnated Word at 61 years old. Now, NCAA Division Ones, you generally get 5 years to complete 4 years of player eligibility, starting from the time you first enroll full time at any college. Now, Division 2 and 3, similar rules apply, though sometimes with more flexibility. One thing when I just mentioned all these past names with these older ages is that one was a kid, and I'm just looking at two of them were in football. Two of those folks were kickers. Now, no disrespect to kickers. You have one of the hardest jobs in the sport of football because all the attention's on you. If you miss, it will. I mean, you make the how can I put it? You determine who wins and lose the game. All right. So kickers is a very valuable position, but again, easier on the body than defensive linemen. So I'm curious to see how long this will extend out. I guess it raises another question: should the NCAA have an age cap? I would say so. Not to say that older people add an advantage over competitors when they play in college, because I don't think that. But I do think that the whole mission for collegiate sports is, for one, some folks will say, well, some people just want to make it to college sports and then just leave it at that, don't want to pursue anything else. Some folks use it as as another level of competition that will help build them to get to the pros, but it's mostly for young people. It's not for old people. And I'm sorry, Thomas, you're older compared to your fellow teammates. 58 years old, and you're competing with a bunch of late I'm sorry, they're adults, but folks that are over 18 years old, under 23 years old. Yeah, this is you're old. All right. But hey, he wants to compete. He has no signs of stopping. His degree, he's majoring in criminal justice, was working as an equipment manager at his alma mater, and then before resigning from his position to pursue playing college football, once joining the team, he made it his goal to come in and earn the respect of his teammates and coaching staff. Look, I think what he's doing is very inspiring. Wish him well. Wish him an injury-free season. But this could be, we could continue to see more and more people that says, "Hey, look, you know what? I got what it takes. I think I will get out there and compete." And because look, I'll be honest. I look at folks like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp looks like he can still play. I look at guys like Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens looks like he can still play. I look at guys like Michael Irvin. He looks like he can still play. I look at guys like Michael Strahan. I look at guys like Ray Lewis. There are so many past pro players that look like they could still compete as long as they just don't stop the training. Their body's still in the shape and capability that they can, like, hey, look, I got the body of a youth, a young person. I can still compete. I can do this and do that. That's Thomas. Thomas Silo looks like he has the physique of an athlete. He looks like he does not miss any days from the gym. And so let's see if he can put that to good usage. We will continue to follow up with this story, and I'll keep you posted with that, y'all. Let's go ahead and move it on to our next story. I wanted to stay in the world of sports here. So where is here we go. So I don't know if y'all heard this in the news recently, but Floyd Money Mayweather, Michael Tyson, no, I'm joking, Mike Tyson, Iron Mike Tyson, it was announced that they would be set to fight an exhibition bout coming soon, I believe sometime this year. Let me actually check my notes here. So I'm sorry, I lied. 2026, spring of 2026. Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson. Now, last time I checked, there is a massive weight and size difference, but what else is new? Because boxing is now just being used in so many different levels, I believe, in my own opinion. And so, and I bring that up because you got guys like Jake Paul. Jake Paul turned boxing into a joke, in my honest opinion. I think he turned it into a joke. Why? Because he, for one, made his career off of, pranking everybody and doing stupid things. Then you see him, get in shape. His primary way of his primary choice of fitness is boxing. And so you see him do these these once in a lifetime bouts with other pro athletes. He started off first by fighting Nate Robinson, former NBA star Nate Robinson, who was very undersized. Yes, he's in shape, but very undersized. He does what everybody assumed he was going to do: win, because it was a huge size advantage. And really, both of them weren't boxers. Then you fast forward, you see him fight guys like Ben Askren. You see him fight guys like Anderson Silva. You see him fight these pro mixed martial arts fighters that hasn't really had a boxing match in forever, and their expertise is not boxing. A lot of them just come for that almighty dollar because there's huge pay raises at the end. Now, recently, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson at Dallas Stadium. That was a joke. It was gassed as like, oh, this is gonna be the fight of the year. This and the other. Look at Tyson. He's in shape. He's back in shape. Iron Mike is back. Yada yada yada. Oh, we got a sold out Dallas Cowboys. I mean, and then the fight came out and it was trash. All right, it was trash. Now we see that momentum continue. I think last fight I just saw that Jake Paul will be competing in is against Gervonta Tank Davis. Again, a huge size disadvantage. Jake Paul is around like 200 pounds. Gervonta is around like barely 140. Barely 140. Huge height difference too. But let me go ahead and read this. So Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather have agreed to a fight. The two boxing legends will face off in an exhibition bout sometime next year. The fight does not have an announced date or location yet, but they are targeting the time in spring of 2026. TMZ first announced the news, with Uncrowned confirming in details. Tyson announced the fight on X. The exhibition will reportedly not appear for either of their official records, which is good because it's not going to affect your legs. I mean, sorry, Tyson, you already lost. You lost one this past. Well, I guess was it this past year or last year? I feel like it might have been last year. The exhibition will reportedly not appear on either of their well, I already said that, which is especially good for Mayweather, who currently boasts a stunning 50-0 record. 50 fights, y'all. 50 fights this man has fought. Tyson teased a poster for the bout on social media saying with this matchup reportedly being billed as legend versus legend, which I mean, I don't disagree. Floyd Mayweather. I keep on saying Floyd Money Mayweather because the man got a lot of money. But Floyd Money Mayweather is an iconic figure, one of the best trash talkers in the sport of not just boxing, but in sports in general. His brand is continued to pave the way for the up and coming because you see a lot of athletes now building this swagger, this persona, this theme and or character of, hey, look, I'm on top of the world, this is what I do, I have the power. That's what Mayweather always shared. And so I mean, I look at pro athletes like a Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is the same guy, comes in with the snazzy shoots, pay me, highest paid guy. That was Mayweather. In this epic matchup for an exhibition, but also a head scratcher to most, Tyson, who's 59 years old, came out of retirement in 2024 for an uninspiring loss to Jake Paul. Prior to that, Tyson's last professional fight was in 2005. Now, Mayweather, who is 48 years old, had his last professional bout in 2017. Since then, he has appeared in a few exhibitions, including his own fight against Paul brothers, Logan Paul. His exhibition was last August against John Gotti III, more than a year after the first fight between Mayweather and Gotti was called off due to a chaotic melee between the two fighters' teams. Now, this is when I will always give Mayweather credit. He is a great businessman. Great businessman. He's sharp to say, okay, all these fights are going to continue to be exhibition. Why? Because he knows they're entertainment fights. They don't count. It doesn't make any sense. If it did count, you will see a lot of fighters protest like, this is unfair. This does not make any sense. So Floyd Mayweather is a genius in that aspect to say, no, all these past fights are exhibitions. I ain't trying to affect my record. 50-0. Nope, not trying to affect that. So I think that was interesting. I think that was very interesting. Let's see here. His last official fight was a 10-round TKO win over a long-time MMA star Conor McGregor in 2017. I was there. I saw that fight. That was a great fight. McGregor was talking a lot of junk. And at that time, McGregor, man, he was on one, right? He was on one. McGregor is an interesting guy. I would say that interesting guy, but has changed the game in the world of sports, primarily MMA, UFC, but he has changed the atmosphere of sports in general. So the big question is, will this fight be entertaining? Will there be press conferences and galore and the back and forth talking? I mean, it will be interesting. It will be very interesting to see it, in my opinion, y'all. But what do you think? It's going to be exhibition, but do you think it's going to be a wasted, fight to even have? I mean, all folks are buying is just to see two legends spar each other in the ring. That's all it is. It's going to be shadow boxing, and that's it. They ain't gonna really even gonna hit each other. I beg to differ. I don't think. I don't think they're gonna compete like that. 59 years old and 48 years old. Tyson still, caught on that last fight, that pay, because I think it was estimate that he made close to $20 million from that last fight he had with Jake Paul. I mean, that's what those guys do. I will say those guys will bring revenue in, and they create a lot of millionaires because the brand alone. I mean, you got Logan Paul doing a phenomenal job in WWE. He's a great villain, what they call heel. He's a great heel in wrestling. Folks dislike him, but they will still tune into it. I believe he really helped push the viewership in World Wrestling Entertainment. We have not seen Jake make that transition because Jake has his own thing going for him in the sport of boxing. That's his avenue. That's what's making him big money. You know what I mean? That's his. And then of course I think they have a joint podcast together. And that's making a lot of money as well. And it's just so many other things. They know how to brand. They are very smart, intelligent businessmen. That right there, I will give them credit on. Let's go ahead, my friends. We are going to let's stay right here. And actually, no, we're gonna take a commercial break. When we come back, we'll have some more here on the Arrington Gavin Show, my friends. Do not go anywhere. Do not change that dial. We'll be right back with more here on the Arrington Gavin Show.
Just like a winning team evolves throughout the season, so does your beard. I'm Arrington Gavin, proud CEO of Rugged Evolution Beard Care. With our premium oils, balms, and grooming tools, it's everything you need to level up your beard game. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a rookie, Rugged Evolution is the new smooth. Order now and dominate the beard game like never before. Rugged Evolution Beard Care, because every beard deserves to be legendary.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
People age 65 and older are at high risk of injury, especially from falls and car crashes. But older adults can take steps to stay safe from injury and be independent longer. Tell your doctor if you have fallen, if you worry about falling, or if you feel unsteady when standing or walking. Learn more about preventing falls and aging without injury at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin Show. Next up, we have here Rudy. Mr. Rudy Giuliani, former New York City mayor, America's mayor is his nickname. But yeah, he was, which hope he's recovering swell. He recently was in a bad car accident. Rudy Giuliani. I don't know why I'm struggling with that name. Rudy Giuliani. He was recently in a bad car accident, and so I hope he is having a speedy recovery. Hey, put politics aside, though. You don't want to wish any harm on anybody. But it was shared that he would be receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, A lot of folks are like, "Oh, give me a break." His typical Trump, uh, blessing his friends, those who have kissed the ring, those who have continued to, um, just I don't know, just continue to uh 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 worship the grounds that Trump walked on, regardless of the effects that it's put on their career. Because let's be honest, Rudy Giuliani at the time was he might have not been liked by most, but he was living a good life, right? Wasn't too much in the public eye. Uh staying cool out of politics, but still very involved in things like that. But then he became one of Trump's most loyalist individuals. This man was so loyal, he got hit the hardest, in my opinion. Lost almost everything due to court fees and things in that nature. Continues to spew out misinformation that the election was stolen and this and that. I mean, so on and so on. The worst and the worst you could think, and it just got weird. I mean, you caught the man sweating out his dye from his hair. It was just, well, it was yeah, that's all I wanted to make you say, oh Lord, just it was awful. And so let me read you this reported by the BBC. Former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani will receive the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor Donald Trump had announced on his Truth Social. Giuliani became known as America's mayor after leading New York through 9/11. While he previously worked as Trump's personal lawyer, the pair have since parted ways. Now, the announcement comes 2 days. Comes days after Giuliani sustained, as I mentioned, a back injury when a car he was a passenger in was struck from behind. Presidential Medal of Freedoms are awarded to the people who have made exponential meritorious contributions to the nation's prosperity, values, or security, world peace, or other significant public or private endeavors. Now, in the Truth Social post where Trump announced Giuliani's nomination, the president called him the greatest mayor in the history of New York City, an equally great American patriot. Past honorees included Muhammad Ali, Dr. Jane Goodall, Anna Wintour, and Michael J. Fox, among many others. Now, in 2017, President Barack Obama awarded the then Vice President Joe Biden with the Medal of Freedom. Giuliani has not yet publicly commented on the announcement and is unclear when he will formally receive the medal. Says here, Giuliani's response to the September 11th terror attack in New York drew widespread praise. Time magazine named him the Person of the Year in 2001, and Queen Elizabeth presented him with an honorary knighthood. He was a big deal, and I remember this because look, I have a lot of family in New York City, or in New York too, and that was a big deal. Why? Because you're talking about America's most horrific event that occurred, not even event, just an horrific moment in our history that folks do not want to remember, but it happened in his city under his leadership, and he handled it well, and he's well deserved of those honors that I just named. But here's when it all changed. In 2008, he made an unsuccessful run for president and later became one of Trump's advisors during the latter's 2016 campaign. While Giuliani had an historic rise to fame, in recent years he has been troubled by personal and financial troubles. He joined Trump's legal team in 2018 and remained as part of it through the 2020 election. He was among several Trump allies who spread false claims of election fraud in an effort to overturn Trump's loss to former President Joe Biden in 2020. Now, Giuliani was sued for defamation and forced to pay 2 former Georgia election workers $148 million. Let me remind you that number, $148 million. The judgment also forced Giuliani to file for bankruptcy and led him to being stripped from legal credentials. I mean, goodness gracious, how bad can it continue to get? Oh, it looks like it got worse. In early of 2021, Giuliani's legal work with Trump ended, although an advisor said they remain allies and friends. So you lose your attorney credentials at the age of almost 80. You lose a court case where you, sir, have to pay $148 million. I repeat, $148 million. That, my friends, is why he's receiving the Medal of Freedom. Why? Because I'm surprised Trump ain't give it to Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy. I'm telling you, those two guys right there, they are loyal as can get. They took heat on so much. They risked their careers. Seriously. I mean, come on. Who didn't love the My Pillow commercials before all this craziness came out for him in these in politics, in the political side? Like, everybody was like, oh, My Pillow guy, I gotta get me a My Pillow. I gotta get me a pillow. Like, how did this man make these millions off of a damn pillow? And now you can barely see the My Pillow on shelves. The only time you see him is far right conservative channels. They promote My Pillows. We're same for a Rudy Giuliani. Like, it's interesting, but hey, he's about to make history in receiving this medal of freedom, and yeah, I mean, congrats, Mr. Mayor. But and again, I hope health wise, I hope you have a speedy recovery. And yeah, so just want to catch y'all up on that one. We're gonna stay in some politics. I think I want to stay in some politics here. Let's see. Got about 2 more stories. I'm looking at my time here. So here's another thing too. This is hilarious to me, and the reason why I brought this up, because this happened in my backyard. This happened in my home area of the Hampton Roads, Virginia. So there was a individual who was recently arrested in my home area. I'm gonna pull up his mugshot here because it is a sight to see. Yeesh. Let me pull the yike. You see that right there? You see that? Yeah. So this gentleman here was arrested in connections with a dog attack that occurred, that left 4 people injured in Newport News, Virginia. The gentleman's name, Robert Keith Packer. He is he's now facing multiple charges, including 1 count of felony animal attack resulting from owner's disregard for human life, 3 counts of dogs running at large, and 2 counts of failure to pay city dog tax. But here's the interesting thing. Here's the interesting thing about Mr. Packer. He was one of the people involved in the breach of the U.S. Capitol. Oh, yeah, I'm talking about the January 6th insurrection. Yeah, January 6th insurrection. He was sentenced to 75 days in prison with a $500 fine for restitution. However, earlier this year, he was recently pardoned. Oh, by who, you ask? Who? He was recently pardoned by President Trump. Because President Trump pardoned over 1,500 people who was involved in the January 6th insurrection. I go back to say, so you pardon the criminals, yet you talk about how crime is so bad in DC, but you cleared, you let go 1,500 of those criminals. That adds more. That added more fear to the city that you, sir, reside in now. Like, it's just make it make sense. And see, Mr. Packer's not one of this is not a normal thing. Like, there have been a numerous list of folks who were pardoned that is still out here breaking the law. So it's almost like they should have just stayed in jail, right? If they go, because see, they think they undefeated. They think, oh, I got the law on my side. I got the president on my side. He pardoned me because I'm a true patriot. And yada yada yada. No, sir, no. I mean, it's just, it is truly, truly, truly a laughable thing to me. It really is. It's laughable. And this has happened in my backyard, y'all. This person, there have been numerous folks that said that is from this area, that have been said to be at that event that happened in January 6th. Y'all, I'm at a loss of words. I'm at a loss of words. Because you almost want to say, so you call the folks who stormed the Capitol. I'm talking broke windows, vandalized property in there, injured law enforcement officers. You're calling them political prisoners. You're calling them good Americans. Well, sorry to break it to you. Well, this guy I don't think was a good American. I mean, do I need to go back on the, okay, I see one count of felony animal attack resulting in owner's disregard of human life. Okay, he didn't care about human life. Got the dog loose. 3 counts of dogs running at large. Running loose, knowing he has dangerous animals. All right. Then 2 counts of failure to pay city dog tax. Shame, 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 shame. That's all I gotta say. That's all I have to say is shame, shame, shame. I mean, what else is there to add on to that? This is the world we live in, y'all. And this is why elections are crucial, because you have the power to elect the right people in office, whether if it's on a federal level, on a state level, or on a local level. The power is in your hands, y'all. So please spare me the whole, well, my vote doesn't count, I'm not buying it, all this and that and the other. Stop the whining. Stop the whining. I'm sorry. Like, I hear you, and I'm not trying to disrespect your feelings, because yes, in this day and age now, and in the past, you have had a lot of questions that has not been answered. You have been ignored. So I get it why you feel some type of way. But I don't know if you've realized, but after this recent presidential elections are crucial. They do have consequences. And we're seeing it right now. We're witnessing folks losing health care. We're witnessing folks losing jobs. We are witnessing folks struggling to keep the lights running. We're witnessing folks fear for their life because nutcases gets off after vandalizing federal property, and they go out free thinking they're unstoppable now. And what do? They break the law again. They break the law again. So check out this story, because it's making national news. It has made national news. I'm reading this off of a local article, but it's just it blows my stack. It really does, y'all. It really does. Let me go ahead and move it on to another story. I'm going pretty good with these. Okay, I'm liking the time here. Go ahead, Arrington, because usually I'm always kind of just fumbling. I really am. All right, so let me go ahead and bring up this one here. So recently, Eric Adams, because there's a big election. I don't know if you heard about it because everybody's been talking about it. I mean, literally everybody. There's a mayoral race happening in New York City, and it involves some quite prominent figures. You have former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. You have incumbent Eric Adams, who announced that he was leaving the Democratic Party. Well, he's going to be running as an independent, not as a Democrat, even though he is a registered Democrat. And then you have this phenomenon now in the Democratic Party, at least in New York City, progressive Democrat Zohran Mamdani. And so now there's so many folks that are after Zohran Mamdani because he is been seen as having socialist viewpoints. That's what they say. They not my words. This was been shared, and so it's a turnoff for a lot of folks. A lot of folks on the left, it's a turnoff. And I say this because you have leadership guys like House Minority Speaker Hakeem Jeffries has not openly or come out endorsing Zohran Mamdani. There's so many. You have Congresswoman AOC continue to push folks in the Democratic Party to stand behind Zohran Mamdani, and hey, the public likes him. The left leaning voters in New York City, they want to see him. Why do you say that, Arrington? Because he won the Democratic nominee, so obviously he beat a former governor. He beat a former governor. But a lot of folks forget that you got an incumbent that's still in the race, right? And I think Eric Adams starting to feel some type of way. Look, here's what here's what he recently had shared, because there was rumors that he was offered possibly a position in the Trump administration. But here's what he shared recently. This is a New York City Mayor Eric Adams here.
To be clear with you, Andrew Cuomo is a snake and a liar. I am in this race, and I'm the only one that can beat Mamdani. Andrew has had a career of pushing Black candidates out of races. You've heard me say it over again. Carl McCall, Charlie King, David Patterson. This is his career that must stop with me. This city can't go backwards, New Yorkers. This is a city that I inherited, where crime was out of control, COVID, no one wanted to be on our subway system. We watched what happened in housing. The reason people are having these conversations is because I made this city safe. I committed myself and dedicated myself to a city that I love. And I'm going to continue to do that. This polo shirt that I'm wearing that says Eric Adams, Mayor of the City of New York, I'm going to wear that for another 4 years. We can't go backwards. So I want to be clear with you.
I mean, those are some harsh words right there. He said Andrew Cuomo is a liar and a snake. He gave a list of names: Dave Patterson, former New York governor, and some other figures there. He's like, he gave them names. Now, Eric Adams hasn't been well liked by a majority of the Democratic Party. Hell, why do you think he's left the Democratic Party or ran as an independent? I mean, he's more of a moderate Democrat, which is not well liked by the overall establishment. I mean, to me, all the titles before just, I mean, they killed me. That's why it's just yeah. But because it's like, oh, moderate, oh, they're no good. They're no good. They're not true Democrats. I'm like, what is a true Democrat? What is a true of anything? because there's people have mixed views of every single party. But let me read you this. This is reported by Eyewitness News 7. Says Adams made the announcement recently in a press conference following reports that advisors to President Trump have been making efforts over the last weeks or so to persuade him to drop out of the race, him meaning Mayor Eric Adams, and push that gain momentum in recent days with a potential ambassador post in Saudi Arabia being floated among the option to get Adams to drop out. Now, they look, that's when you know this gentleman Zohran Mamdani really intimidates the right, because you have an administration literally forcing a guy to get out the race, leaning more towards they want to see Cuomo win. They're trying to put all their funds in Cuomo. And Eric Adams is like, wait a minute. I'm the incumbent, damn it. Give me my respect. Give me I want to stay in this race and run for it. Like, don't turn me into a one-term mayor. Come on. Where's the respect here? Because he don't like that. He don't like that. And it's quite embarrassing, because what that's showing is, y'all, Mayor Adams, folks do not believe in you. The different sides of the aisle are not believing that you are a winning candidate. They have showed polling. I think Eric Adams is like ranked maybe in like third place, maybe third or fourth, because you have Zohran, I believe, at the top. Then there's Andrew Cuomo. Then there's either Curtis Silva, who was the Republican nominee, and then there's Eric Adams. Because you got two independents running. That's Andrew Cuomo and Eric Adams. Andrew Cuomo lost the Democratic primary. At first, he said he was easing off. Then he said he was thinking about the independent. Now he's like, oh, now I got to do it. I got to run for independent. It's interesting. It's very interesting. Let me read you here. Adams was said to be weighing his options, including opportunities in the private sector, though sources caution for now that a decision is not imminent. The Florida meeting was first reported by the New York Times. Serving New Yorkers as mayor, this is coming from Adams, serving New Yorkers as mayor is the only job I've ever wanted. I'm proud of the progress we've made lowering crime, improving schools, building housing, and cutting costs for working families. And I remain the best person to lead the city forward. While I will always listen if called to serve our country, no formal offers have been made. I am still running for re-election, and my full focus is on the safety and the quality of life of every New Yorker. Every New Yorker. Y'all, we will see. We will see how this pans out, because this has been one of the biggest, most talked about races in the nation. Okay? In the nation. The right continues to talk about Zohran Mamdani. See where the left is going now? They have this guy as they're following behind their next leader. I mean, it is so interesting. I mean, just politics in general is interesting, y'all. It's an interesting business. But we will see how it all ends out. We will see how it ends up in New York City, y'all. Y'all stay connected with that. I'll keep y'all in the know of what's happening over there. And y'all, I'm looking at my time. Y'all take care. Continue to stay informed. Get out there and vote. I'll talk to you soon. Be sure to tune to the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms. Peace and blessings, y'all. I'm out.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.